Alrighty, I am here today with Bonnie and Shelly, and I'm going to be doing my video presentation of cultural competence. So today we're going to be talking about caring for the Latino patient. And what we want to know is what is cultural competence? And cultural competence has been defined by the National Institutes of Health for being a combination of a body of knowledge, a body of belief, and a body of behavior. It involves a number of elements, including personal identification, language, thoughts, communications, actions, customs, beliefs, values, in institutions that are often specific to ethnic, racial, religious, geographic, or social groups. And as a nurse, we should all understand that cultural competence is a lifelong process. Why is culturally competent care important? Especially in Latinos, which is the group I'm studying, the Latino population is expected to triple by the year 2030. Every person is entitled to have fair and equal access to health care, no matter what race or culture they may be. And evidence is now showing that racial and ethnic minorities tend to receive a lower quality of health care than non-minorities. And if you are providing culturally competent health care, it improves access to high-quality health care by responding to patients with respect and responsiveness to diverse populations. Failing to provide this care can impact the patient by increasing costs and also by increasing hospitalizations and complications. The interventions that nurses should use are 4 things: use available language services and recognize Latino values in their healthcare setting, educate to better understand Latino culture and folklore, and also it would be possible or helpful to do the LEARN acronym, which we'll go over a little bit later. Language can be a barrier to providing good health care for Latino population. It is a significant obstacle. In the past, it's been proven to be a significant obstacle. It's very difficult if nobody can speak with them, or if you can't find the phone or something of that nature. But become familiar as a nurse with the language services, where you can locate the telephone or who you can call on the telephone to come and help, and of course never use a family member or a staff unless they are educated or approved to do language services for your patient. Another thing we can do is recognize Latino values in a healthcare setting. The Latino population expects kindness, friendliness, and respect to be given from the healthcare provider. Also, it is important to understand some of Latino folklore. There's some things that they believe in folklore, and post-traumatic shock may be attributed to soul loss rather than PTSD. So that's something you could keep in mind. It seems very, very serious, initially when they're very dramatic, but it can be considered as their idea of soul loss. When they come in with abdominal pain, they call it, they feel like there's food stuck in their stomach, although it's actually just abdominal pain. A child's failure to thrive can be attributed to the evil eye, which is in a folklore belief. If they get a dirty eye or a kind of a funky eye from somebody, they believe that they've been hexed or something's happened to them that way, and that's why they've developed sicknesses. And also the hot and cold theories. There's particular ideas of where their conditions are classified as cold or some is classified as hot, and then you treat the illness according to a hot or cold illness. And the last thing is in interventions is the LEARN acronym. So sometimes if you've got a patient in front of you and you need to discuss their health care and there's just a terrible misunderstanding between everybody, stop and go through the things. L is learn, so listen. So you sit and listen to the patient and actually understand what they're saying. The E would stand for explain. So as your healthcare provider, you would like to explain exactly what the plan of care is going to be, or exactly what your thought would be as a healthcare provider. Acknowledge exactly what they're saying and tell them that you understand what they're going through, or what they're trying to convey, and acknowledge their illness also. And then you make recommendations for the patient, and then you negotiate their health care. And how will this improve patient outcome? By providing culturally competent care. With a trust relationship developed between the patient and the nurse, coupled with improving the language barrier, the Latino patient will be better educated regarding their illness, understanding home care, therefore reducing complications and readmissions. Thank you.
Yay! Just under 5
which is fine. I don't care.